Hey guys, this is Anthony Munda helping you ace your fitness. It's another episode of the Watch Him Transform series. So we're gonna be doing a weekly update of Kyle's first week on his weight loss journey, and man, I can tell you right off the bat, it's going awesome. Like he's doing so well. Seeing so much physical and mental progression so far. So first off, we're gonna tell you guys what you want to know. So what was your starting weight and what are you at as of today?
Well, my starting weight as of last Monday was 370, and I weighed in this morning at 360.
That's awesome. Now, all right, before you guys think that I'm making them starve and stuff like that, you gotta understand when you start a diet, Kyle was eating a lot of processed foods before and stuff like that. So a lot of sodium, a lot of extra glycogen in his muscles and his, all across his body. So he was holding a lot of water. So that 10 pounds, he understands that he's not going to lose 10 pounds every week. Right. He understands that. We both understand that. But he's starting off from a pretty significant weight. So the first little bit's gonna come off pretty quick, and he understands that. So that was from this past Monday to right now, which is Sunday, August 5th. So yeah, he's doing really well. So how are your energy levels?
To be honest with you, I feel so much better. Like I don't wake up and I don't feel like crap. Like I actually feel like I go to work in the morning, I actually have energy and I actually want to be there, and it's a lot better. Like drinking crap ton of pop a day, eating crappy foods, like that's just gonna put me in a crappy mood. Right. But like the foods that I've eaten and throughout this week in the diet, it's just been giving me more energy.
Yeah, and that's why I told him, like when we first started, man, it's like I know the feeling of being overweight and carrying a lot of extra body fat, and like you just feel so sluggish all the time, especially with your diet too, because it's obviously not going to be good when you're heavier. I mean, your body is just not meant to run on that stuff. A little bit here and there, yes, of course. You guys know I always preach balance, but for the majority of your diet and being at a significantly high weight, it's going to be hard for your body to function as optimally as it would like to. So I'm sure he's feeling a lot better, and he's more hydrated. So like more water and everything. We cut out all liquid calories, so all the pop, Gatorade, all the other stuff, so straight water. So he's probably feeling a lot better, which personal antidote right there. He definitely is. Mm-hmm. So there's the energy level. So you guys know I always talk about the small victories in your weight loss journey. Like the video I put up yesterday talking about the process is greater than the prize. So we're not just going to focus on a huge number or a low number down the line.
Right.
Like that's going to set us up for nothing but not failure, but for disappointment, because like I mentioned, we have to enjoy this process. So I always talk about the small victories. So go through a couple of those that you've already, and this is the first week. All right, so go through a couple of those.
So one of my small victories was, I think it was like Wednesday. I was with one of my buddies and we went to Applebee's with a couple of friends. It was late night. And like he talked about in his videos before, it's like you can't just dedicate doing everything every day. Like you have a life to live too. Like you can't ignore your friends, you can't ignore your family. So it's like, I was like, yeah, I'll go with you guys. So I went there, and of course, they got food, and I had already eaten my dinner, I'd already had my snack for the day, and I was full already. So I just went and had a good time, and I just felt a lot better about it after we were done.
Yeah, and I mean, he was able to go there, still enjoy the company, still be social with other friends and everything. And the one thing I will say about that is I want him to eventually get to a point where he can go there and eat. But right now we're doing and I'll go over this, but we're doing more of a meal plan as opposed to him tracking his own food right now, just to take some of the pressure off him at first. But eventually I'd like, for you to be able to go there and be able to determine what you want off the menu and off the calories you've had today. So we're going to work on that too. But I mean, he was able to go there, hang out with his friends. It wasn't a big deal. He didn't feel like he was he didn't feel like it was a punishment. He felt like, okay, I already ate. Let's go out. Let's go hang out. I mean, it's just not a big deal, man. So there's number one. That was huge. That was on Wednesday. So literally only a couple days into the diet. I mean, when he texts me these things, man, I was like, man, I just get so pumped because those are the things I'm talking about, you know, that I always mention in my videos. Like, you got to accept those, because like I always mention, this is a journey. We're not just looking at a number all the way down the line. We're thinking like everyday stuff. That's what we're looking at. So go ahead and tell them about another one.
Another one, at work, like, I usually like shied away from a lot of customers. Like if they try to talk to me, I might give them like a 1 or 2 word response, just because it was just like I wasn't like confident in like talking to people. But like this past week, like I feel like I've talked to so many people, and so many people have like commented on like man, it's only been a week, but it's like you can already tell, and that's awesome. And it's like hearing that kind of stuff, it makes the process so much better.
Yeah, so Kyle basically works in like customer service type deal. So he's dealing with a lot of people every day. So the face-to-face communication, like that's something that we want to work on. His confidence with being able to do that. This, like I always mention, I'm going to repeat 100 times. It's not always about the physical progression. I almost think the mental progression is just as equal, because we have a life to live, right? I mean, those are the things that are huge. You know, being able to talk to someone, feeling a little bit more comfortable, carrying on a conversation. Those things are just going to keep getting better and better. And this is only the first week, and he's starting to feel it. Like, man, like we got so much to look forward to. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I told him right before we started this video, I was kind of looking at him, and I'm like, I kind of see your face a little bit, man. And he's like, yeah, my mom said that too. Hey, man, your mom can always say good stuff about you, but if another dude tells you, you know, it might be true, okay? So, yeah, I can definitely see it in his face, okay? And that's a weekend. So, we have a lot to look forward to after only 1 week. And then, so another small victory, the 3 in 1 week.
So, yesterday I was, I had to do some things around the house, and I was like, I had to go get some things, and I think it's been probably a good 10 plus years since I've been in public without an undershirt on.
Look at that, man.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go out in public. I gotta go run to Walmart. I was like, I gotta get some things. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So on the way there, I was nervous, very, very nervous. Like people are gonna be looking at me or stuff like that. But I mean, it was a successful trip, and I'm doing it again today, and it feels good.
Hey, man. But you guys know how it is, like, being overweight. Like, you feel like that undershirt kind of gives you some security.
Yeah.
Kind of, like, the idea is, like, hold stuff in. Just kind of makes you feel better, whether it, like, works or not. I don't really think so. But you know how it is, like, being overweight. Like, you want that other layer to kind of make you feel a little bit more secure. And that's something I always did. And, yeah, it's nice being able to not to, because you can literally, like, you can breathe. Like, that's a cool thing.
It's a lot cooler. So
yeah.
It's like, in the summer it sucks, because it's like you're wearing an undershirt and you're sweating even more. So it's like not wearing that undershirt gives you that more of a breeze, that more of a...
Such a huge deal. Such a huge deal, because already that's improving the quality of your life without even, like, making such a, big deal about it. You know, he went and did what he did, came home. Obviously, no one noticed, no one cared. He did his own thing. That's a win in my book, man. Like, those 3 things, I couldn't be... that opposed to the 10 pounds, I'll take those 3 things every single day, because those are the things that make this process worthwhile. Those are the things that are going to make him a better person, better individual, more confident, just being better in all aspects of life, as opposed to just physically. Yes, we want to improve that, but all those other things, man, like, that's where it's at. Okay, so you mentioned in the very first video that the hardest thing about the journey for you has been the food. So, like, all week, how's that been going?
It's been going actually really good. My dinner usually... So, like, on Monday, I cooked up my dinner for, like, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I had Thursday night off, so then I cooked my food for the weekend. And just honestly, like, prepping it literally makes it so much easier. Saves me so much money, like eating at work, eating that fast food, I didn't have time to make it, so I'm just gonna grab quick things. So saving money for sure too. Right.
Yeah, and that's like a huge thing, and I'll talk about how I helped him set up his meal plan and everything. But basically, a huge thing is trying to get the most nutrient dense foods while still being convenient, because I'm not gonna make him cook 6 times a day. That's just, there's optimal and then there's practical, okay? Which, the optimal is cool, but if you're not going to do it, if it's not sustainable, I don't see a point in it. We're going to do the most nutrient-dense foods as possible with convenience, you know, when he wants to eat, how much he wants to eat. So, again, I'll go over that in a later video, but I think that we've got it down pretty darn good, like, as far as, like, his energy levels, his satiation, so, like, he hasn't been hungry. I know it's only the first week. He understands that it's not going to be perfect every single week. We've talked about that. So, I'm not setting it up to fail here. And one thing we had to do, which is pretty funny, with his macros, is I had to take him down a little bit, but not because he was stalling, but he texted me one night, and I go to bed like super early because I wake up early in the morning if you follow me on Instagram and all that. And he texted me, and I like rolled over. He literally said, "Bro, I am so full. Can I please not eat this last meal?" And I'm like, "Bro, don't eat it." Because there's another thing. Is it more optimal for him to eat more while still losing weight? Yes. But would I be right as a coach to say, no, like, eat that food because, you know, I want you to lose weight on the most amount of calories as possible? That just doesn't make sense. That's not practical. That's not life. If he's not hungry, I'm not going to make him force feed himself because, number one, who wants to do that? Number two, that's teaching him, like, wrong eating behaviors, wrong eating patterns. So we took a meal out, so we're already down some macros, not in terms of because of a fat loss plateau, but because, you know, it didn't fit his lifestyle good, so we took it out, and it was no big problem. And yeah, we're just gonna keep going like that. We constantly adjust things, we're constantly communicating, and I think that's what's made this really good is, you know, he's been super honest with me. You know, if something he wasn't like, he's like, "No, man, I want to do this," and I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna make it work for you." So that's all good stuff, man. I'm proud of him for sticking to his diet and everything, and for being able to do other things outside of just, you know, working out and focusing on his nutrition. So those are huge. So the workouts, like, how they've been going. So sorry, for those of you who don't know, he's doing a Monday, Wednesday, Friday full body split. And again, I'll go over that in another video of why I chose that and everything. But so how's that been going?
It's been going good. And like the first day, it felt good, and then like at the end of the workout, of course, I was sore. But I mean, that just comes with working out, and I haven't worked out in quite a while, so it's you know, I haven't used those muscles, so we gotta get back into the groove.
Right, and it was funny because we went on Monday at 5. So for for any of you who's ever been to a gym, that was probably the worst possible, like, introduction, or like trying to get revamped into going to the gym, because we were like tiptoeing around trying to find space. And not that I care, but I was trying to make it the most comfortable for him. Was that the most, like, best situation for the first time going? No, but look, he made it. He's fine. And look, I told him, hey man, if you can get through that day, like, because he saw the people slowly dwindle down throughout the week. And then we went Friday at, like, what was it, like 4:45, 5, and it was like dead.
Yeah,
I'm like,
nobody there.
I'm like, yeah, that's how it'll be. But we don't care about that stuff. I just thought it was funny that, you know, that's how it happened to be. But he's doing really good. Again, constantly communicating with him, like checking on his fatigue levels, his soreness levels, because I'm not trying to run him into the ground the first week and everything. But I understood that he would be a little sore. But again, he's been communicating with me so I can adjust accordingly. Because like everything I do, like everything I would do for anyone who goes under my guidance, I'm constantly adjusting the variables, because life happens. We feel different. Everybody reacts differently to every variable. So you're constantly adjusting. So if you're doing this for yourself, constantly keep stepping back and reassessing how you're feeling, how you're looking, how you're managing your time, everything like that. So those are all important things. And so how have you found time to eat right, to meal prep, to work out?
I think that I found time because that's it. It's just that something I need to do. Like, before, like, when we tried working out, like, before, and like eating meals and stuff like that, and it was just like I didn't want to make time for it.
Right.
And that comes with the thing. Basically, it was like, you know, I didn't want to do it for myself. this time I want to do it for myself, and that's why I make time for it.
Right.
You know, like you said before, it's like tunnel vision. You just got to do it.
That's right, man. Yeah, because a lot of people ask, like, you know, like, how do you have time to go to the gym? How do you have time to meal prep? Like, honestly, like you said, if you really do care about it, you're going to do it. I hate to be that blunt with you guys because I know, like, we're all busy. We all have lives to live, but your health is wealth, man. You can do anything you want outside of life, but if you can't be productive with it because your health is detrimental or you don't have energy to do stuff, everything we're doing is going to improve everything else outside of fitness. That's kind of the whole point of this weight loss journey. So that's the week 1 update, man. I mean, he's right on plan. So I'm keeping the macros and everything the same. Cardio is going to be the same, which I'll go over in another video. He's doing really well, man. And we're just going to keep communicating. His mindset is what I'm most proud of. And that's why I want you guys to keep working on, to keep just thinking about, you know, how can you improve? How can you have a better relationship with food, with working out, with just other people in your family, other people in the community, because that's the stuff that's important. So I'm really proud of him, and I've told him that 100 times, but man, I just couldn't be more proud. And this is week 1 of the journey, and we have so much to look forward to. And like I've tweeted this, I've said this on my Instagram, I've told him, like, he has no idea how many lives he's going to change and how big of an impact he's making already, even on me. I told him when we were warming up, I was like, man, you're kind of making me like reminisce in the old days of like when I started my journey. And I take some stuff for granted, and I'm starting to like fall in love with the whole process again too, because that's when I did fall in love with all this and, you know, wanting to help people and just being so passionate about working out, having my my body change before my eyes and my confidence. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you leave a like and make sure you subscribe to watch this man transform. It's going to be an awesome journey, and for also other videos I'm going to be putting out. And remember, the process is always greater than the prize.